Hello everyone, welcome back. Severed is here, coming back with part 10 of What If Nagito Was in My Hero Academia. Now, where we last left off, Nagito has gone in the, what they call it, the training camp with everyone else, and after they got out of the mall, he have giving, Momo a second chance, telling her that he actually liking how hopeful she want him and how much she trying with her determination. He said that he will gonna give her a second chance, but if this time has she goes trying to betray him again, he will not gonna be happy at all. And after what's happened in the training camp, everyone right now in the hospital, as we continue Nagito with all, we continue after Principal Nezu told, a couple of heroes to get together and to talk a little bit. As we cut into the meeting. As Principal Nezu said, well, everyone, I'm sure that you all know why I got you all here, because the villains had Bakugo right now, and I don't know what are they gonna do to him. As All Might said, maybe they are right now torturing him or something like that. What a simple of peace I am. While the students were fighting for their lives, I was just sitting in my home enjoying the hot water. As Eraser has said, it's not your fault, All Might. We didn't expect that at all. But the important thing right now is to find where is Bakugo is right now. As Principal Nezu said, well, I got some villains some heroes like Endeavor and a couple of others, Kamui and the others. But we don't know where is Bakugo is. This is the problem. We asked ask any student of you, if 1-8, if they know where the villains got Nagito, Bakugo, but they don't know. As you what they call it, Gran Torino said, well, what are we gonna do then? Where should we start searching for him? As Principal Nezu said, well, because of that, I have tried to ask some heroes to search for the villain's hideout of the League of Villains, but every time we don't find a specific place, we find a couple of places. Like there's 40 place that has been seen with the League of Villains in it, and we don't know which one of these 40 place is the hideout of them. As Eraser has said, are we gonna search every single one of them? And on Endeavor said, if we did this, we will gonna waste a lots of important time. As Gran Torino said, yeah, Endeavor is right. A lots of time will be wasted if we just go searching in a 40 place, even if we are lots of heroes there. Gran Torino continues saying, even if we are there is a lots of heroes, if we search in 40 different places, we will lost lots of times, just like Endeavor said. As Best Genius said, well, what should we do then? We don't know where to start searching, and we don't know the hideout, and we don't even have any information about Bakugo right now, what's happening to him. As Eraserhead said, maybe I have an idea. As All Might looking at him said, Aizawa, are you sure? What kind of idea do you have? As Aizawa said, well, how about we randomly choose a place? As Gran Torino said, randomly choose a place? Are you gonna count on your luck? I'm sorry, Eraserhead, but we can't just count on luck to find the hideout of the League of Villains. As Eraserhead said, and who said I am the one who will gonna, choose randomly? I have that student that called Nagito Komoeda. His quirk is called Ultimate Luck. his quirk able to give him the best possibility out of millions of possibilities and make it reality. So, as All Might said, you want him to come here and choose with us to find the hideout. As Eraserhead said, I want him to come with us to the attack on the hideout of the League of Villains. As Endeavor said, are you gonna take a kid with you there? Aizawa, this is not from your normal. You're not talking normal. As Aizawa said, I know it might be dangerous, but he are a very great student and such a great hero. As Principal Nezu said, well, Aizawa, are you sure about that? I know who is Nagito and how he will gonna become such a great hero, but are you sure of getting him with us into the attack? As Aizawa said, if I wasn't sure about that, I would never, recommend to do such a stupid thing like that, to get a child into a battlefield. As All Might said, well, Aizawa, I trust you, and I also trust Nagito. I agree on this idea. And his abilities is at least what we, is better than just search all around. As a couple of other heroes agreed, like, best genius Kamui Woods, as, Principal Nezu said, well then, it's done. It's settled then. Please, Aizawa, can you call Nagito? As Aizawa said right away. And after that, Nagito with the others in the hospital, as Alfred by his side, because once he heard that has been attacked, Alfred of course have come. As Izuku and Nagito just talking, and Nagito said, well, what's happened after that? The weird guy with the lots of scars on his face and the blue fire did after he sent that blast of fire at you. As Izuku said, he just put his hand around his neck and go through the portal. I don't know where they are right now. As Nagito said, I'm sorry, Izuku, but you should not give up, Keep some hope in your heart. Don't let them throw you in despair. As Izuku said, yeah, alright. And what about Momo? I heard that you finally, forgive her. As Nagito said, well, I'm not 100 forgiving her. At least not yet. She's right now asleep. As Alfred said, Mr. Nagito, should I get you back into your home, or do you rather stay here in the hospital? As Nagito said, well, to be honest, I'm liking it better, and I like it here more than, my own doctors. Tell them that I will gonna stay here for tonight. As Alfred was about to go through the door, but, Aizawa opened it up as he said, Nagito, can we talk? As Nagito said, oh, Mr. Aizawa, what is it? As Aizawa said, you can walk, right? As Nagito said, yeah, I'm 100% good. Just a couple of, a little punches and some scratches, nothing more so intense, not like Izuku that broke his arm. As Izuku said, alright, just go with the Mr. Aizawa, I will gonna sleep. As Aizawa said, well, Nagito, come with me, I need to talk with you. As Alfred said, well, if you are gonna take Mr. Nagito, I'm gonna come with you. As Aizawa said, and who are you? As Nagito said, oh, this is Alfred, don't you remember him? The one that, was driving the limousine when we got into the USJ? As Aizawa said, oh, and why do you want to come with him? I will not gonna let a civilian come on this dangerous mission. As Alfred said, well, even if you are a hero, I will not gonna let you stop me. If you are gonna take Mr. Nagito in a dangerous place, I need to come with him. I'm not just his, butler, but also his, you know, shield, if you can say that. His garden or whatever. As Aizawa said, "Can you are an old man. I can't let you come with us." As Nagito said, "Please, Aizawa, let him come. He's more powerful than you think." As Izuku said, "What do you mean more powerful than he think? The only time that I ever saw, Alfred using his quirk when he was cleaning your bathroom." As Nagito said, "Well, you never saw him in action. But I can tell you that he is such a great, close range combat." As Izuku said, "Alright." As Aizawa said, "Whatever, you can come with us, Alfred." As Alfred said, "Thank you, Mr. Eraserhead." And after that, Nagito and Eraserhead and Alfred go into the meeting. As Nagito seeing all of the heroes standing up, and on a table is a big, as a like a map as of the city. As Nagito said, "Oh, Mr. Principal Nezu, why did I come here?" As Principal Nezu said, "Well, Nagito, we need your help." As Nagito said, "Oh, such a great honor that I will be able to help a pro heroes. How can I help you? Just tell me. Do you want some gadgets or something like that? I can call for you like a four trucks that filled with weapons." As Principal Nezu said, "Can you really do that?" As Nagito said, "Yeah, of course." As Principal Nezu said, "Well, that wasn't the reason that I called you here, but if you can, give the police some weapons, it will be so helpful." As Nagito said, "Well, of course." As Nagito take a phone and call the Future Foundation company, as he told them to get a full vehicles with a weapon that's suitable for police and things like that. As Nagito said, "Done. The weapons will be here in like about half an hour." As Principal Nezu said, "Well, thank you, Nagito, but the second thing that we got you here is for," as All Might continues saying, "we want you to use your quirks so you can help us on finding the secret hideout of the League of Villains." As Nagito said, "And how can I do that exactly?" As Prince Aizawa said, "Do you see this map? Those red points on the map is pointing on places that the League of Villains has been seeing in. Some people saw the League of Villains getting into these places. There is 40 of them. As we really don't know which one is their hideout, and we don't have time to search every single of it place. And we," as Nagito continues saying, "speak no more. Let me just crack my fingers a little bit." And after that, Nagito cracking his fingers and said, "Keep in mind that this is not a 100% chance. It's like 50-50. Okay?" As All Might said, "I understand that, Nagito, but at least with the help of your luck, we might be able to find Bakugo faster than we think of." As Nagito said, "Well," as Nagito closing his eyes and starts spinning around. As Endeavor said, "What is he doing?" As Principal Nezu said, "Looks like he trying to make things randomly. I don't really know why, but." As Nagito stop after that, and he's his head is spinning, saying, "Oh, this is so weird." And after that, he raises his left. He put his finger on one of the point and said, "It must be here. I think I'm gonna throw up." As All Might said, "Well, are you sure about this, Nagito?" As Nagito said, "I'm not sure, but I'm hopeful." As All Might said, "Well then, everyone prepared. We will gonna attack this place." As after that, Principal Nezu said, Nagito, can you come with us? As Nagito said, you want me to come with you? Oh, I would gladly accept this offer. As after that, Nagito wearing his hero outfit go with everyone. As the police have specialized weapons that, can shoot laser and some power shield that can absorb, the attacks of the opponent and throw it back at him, things like that. As they standing in front of a building, as Nagito by the side of All Might and Aizawa and everyone, as All Might said, well, should we try our luck? As Nagito said, of course. I suggest we start attacking, because if this not the right place, we can try again. As All Might said, well then. As All Might was about to go and punch the wall, but Nagito said, oh, I have a good idea. As All Might said, what is it? And we cut into the League of Villains with Bakugo. As Shigaraki said, Bakugo, why don't you join us? Will be such a great villain. And you will gonna have a lots of fun. Believe me, I am myself having fun doing this. As Bakugo said, I'm not gonna join you. I will never hurt an innocent person. And I don't feel like joining a stupid league like stupid idiots villains like you. As Shigaraki said, oh, you don't feel like hurting anyone? But how about that Nagito guy? Aren't you the one that blew up his left arm? And you right now telling me that you don't want to hurt anyone? Well, sorry to tell you that, but you already did. As Nagito said, that was an accident and he already forgave me. As Shigaraki said, are you sure? Don't you think that he's just acting that he forgive you to make sure that his, company reputation still high? Not, ruining his first place? Come on already, Bakugo. Face the reality. You are a villain, so join us, Bakugo. As after that, they hear from the door someone knocking saying, Pizza delivery! As Shigaraki said, what? And after that, the door burst open, revealing All Might saying, I am here. As, Shigaraki said, All Might, what are you doing here? As after that, Kamui would come unwrap his, vines around everyone, or, wood around the League of Villains. In what they call it? Edge shot opening the door, revealing that Nagito having, a box of pizza in his hand. As, Edshot said, Dear, why did you even ask for a real pizza? As Nagito said, I don't know, I just, love pizza. As after that, Nagito put, the pizza on the table of the, the bar, yes, and he prepared to shoot, as All Might said, Shigaraki, give up. You are right now surrounded by heroes. As Shigaraki said, what? How did you find my place? That's impossible. I made sure that no one have followed us. As All Might laughed and said, ha ha ha. Well, that goes for Mr. Nagito here. Young Nagito with his quirk was able to find you so easily. As Nagito said, give up already, Shigaraki, and tell us where is your master. It's end for now for you. The despair of your League of Villains has ended. It's time to put you out of your place and throw you in the darkest pits of Tardress prison. As Shigaraki said, "You brat, you ruined my plans once, you ruined it twice, and third time even in the fucking uh, training camp, and now you ruining my plans here? You cheater, you're such a cheater, your quirk is cheating, you're not supposed to be in this world." As Nagito said, "How ironic. Maybe I'm not, but here I am." And after that, Gran Torino come and said, "Come on, Tomura, tell us where is your master." As some, weird goo coming out of the mouth, coming out of the League of Villains' mouths, as another gray portal open up, revealing a couple of Nomos. As Nugget said, "Nomos, All Might, should we need to?" But before he continue, a weird goo coming out of Nagito mouth and Bakugo, as All Might said, "What?" And he go to to catch him, but he couldn't do that, as he said, "No, Nagito, Bakugo!" And after that, Bakugo and the League of Villains being teleported in another place, as Nagito start coughing, as he said, "What is this?" And after that, he hear from in front of him, he hears someone said, "Well, Tomura, looks like you have failed again, huh?" As Nagito in his mind said, "This voice, when I heard it, it was like the despair himself talking with me. Such a low voice sound, with the lots, and I mean a lots of fear with it." As Nagito looking in front of him, he see a guy with a black mask, as the guy said, "Don't worry, Tomura. Try again. Try as many as you need. In the end, I'm sure that you will gonna be able to kill All Might." As Shigaraki said, "Master, what are you doing here? You are not in good condition to fight." As All For One said, "Well, I didn't expect that All Might will gonna find your place. But looks like thanks to that kid, he found it. And you," as the guy looking at Nagito, as he seeing this black masked guy with the suit, as the guy said, "You are Nagito Komoeda, right? Such great and young talent of yours. Luck, huh? It doesn't seem like that very much of a strong quirk, but you have done a lots of things that I don't even expected that someone in your age would do. Your quirk is so interesting, and I think that I would like to have some luck on my side." As Nagito said, "And who are you?" As the guy said, my name is All For One. And if you wouldn't mind, I would like to take your quirk." As Nagito chuckled, "Funny. You're such a funny guy." As All For One said, I wasn't expecting that reaction out of you, but..." As All For One using his, you know, what they call it, tentacles, shooting some black tentacles out of his fingers into the unconscious body of Karaguri, as he said, "Shigaraki, go through the portal with the rest of the League of Villains. I will gonna take care out of here." As Shigaraki said, "No, master, you're not in good condition to fight. You will gonna just die." As All For One said, "Don't worry, Tomura. If I died, I give all my hopes and dreams to you to be the next symbol of fear. So please go and let me end this here and now." But before that happened, All Might coming flying, as he said, "All For One!" And after that he clashed with All For One. All For One using the, catching the both of the fist of All Might, as he, right now clashing. He said, "Oh, All Might, I wasn't expecting you that you were gonna come in 25 minute." Looks like the kid here is really lucky, huh? As All Might said, all for one. I'm gonna end you right here. As All for One using his air cannon, throwing All Might away. As Shigaraki looking at Nagito and Baku that are watching the fight, he said, you asshole!" As he go running at Nagito. But before that happened, Bakugo throw an explosion in front of Nagito as he said, "Die!" And after that, Shigaraki being thrown away at Nagito said, "What?" As he looking Bakugo in front of him, as Bakugo said, "Stop focusing on their fight and let's fight. We have our own fight, you lucky boy. Come on already." As Nagito smiled and said, "Well, I wasn't expecting that someday we were gonna work side by side, huh?" As Bakugo said, "Shut up and fight already." As after that, Dabi come from the left side and throw a fire at Nagito. Nagito using his shield blocking the flames. And after Nagito managed to block it, Bakugo come from above and throw explosion at Dabi. But before that happened, Mr. Compress trying to come at Bakugo and turn him into a little bubble, but Nagito managed to throw his laser on Mr. Compress, and from behind Toga goes to stab Nagito in the back. Nagito wasn't preparing for that, but before that happened, some sort of a cup of tea being thrown at Toga, throwing her away. As Nagito looking on his left side, he see Alfred with the cup, the other cup of tea. As Alfred said, "It looks like I got right in time, isn't that right, Mr. Nagito?" As Nagito said, "Alfred, you are always coming on the right time." As after that, Alfred said, "Well, what do we have here? A couple of kids that don't know how to use their quirks properly. Well, how many minutes do you give me to end this, Mr. Nagito?" As Nagito said, "Well, how about 2?" As Alfred said, "Right away." And after that, Alfred using his quirk, which is Shadow Step. And if you don't know what is Shadow Step and you didn't watch the other parts that I, the series from the beginning, the Shadow Step is a quirk that giving Alfred the ability to step and give his legs a very high speed, moving even faster than his shadow, which is making him see the world more slower, or maybe even you can say slowing time, but is the time still working like normal. As he using his quirk go at Mr. Dobby, as he's standing in front of Dobby, as he said, "Well, Mr. Dobby, may I will gonna give you a chance to give up. So don't let me do the you know do it in the hard way." As Dobby said, "And who are you, old man?" As Alfred said, "Me?" As he said, "Well, I'm just the butler of Mr. Nagito." As after that, he disappeared from the view of Dobby. As Dobby said, "What? Where is he?" But from his back, he being kick on his head and make Dobby go unconscious. As Alfred said, "Don't worry about me, Mr. Nagito. I will gonna take care of them. You go help the other." As Nagito said, "Thank you, Alfred." As he said, "Well, Bakugo, let's..." But before he continue, a mountain of ice being built from the right side of the fighting, or the ground, on the right side of everyone. As Nagito saying this, he said, "Wait, is that..." As after that, from the mountain of ice, Izuku, Ida, Kirishima, being, all of them being flying into the sky, sliding on the ice mountain and being start to fly into the sky. As Kirishima, throwing his hand forward, said, "Come on already! Get my hand! As Bakugo, using this chance, he go and start flying with his explosion, taking the hand of Kirishima. But Izuku said, wait, what about Nagito? As Nagito just smile and start waving to them, saying in his mind, well, Bakugo is gone, so I can't be scared of hurting anyone. As Alfred, by this time, he has already defeated the League of Villains, as he said, well, Mr. Nagito, just like you said, 2 minutes. As Nagito said, thank you, Alfred. Go and make sure that they don't run away. I will gonna see what's happening with All Might. As he starts running into the place where All Might is, as he see a helicopter above, above the fighting area, as All Might right now in his debuff form, because Nagito is knowing about his debuff form. As he said, wait, All Might? As in front of him, he, up in the sky, all for one using float. He said, well, All Might, look at you. Come on, smile already. I want to see that big stupid grin of yours. As he doing some moves with his mouth, as All Might said, you monster. As after that, All Might said, no, I will not gonna give up. I will gonna defeat you. Even if that means that I need to die. As after that, he tried to use what is left out of his power in his right arm, but he couldn't, as All for One using a lots of quirk and put it in his own right arm, as he said, look at that. The Simple of Peace are now weak and can do anything. And everyone is watching this. Momo, Izuku, and every other people are watching this, as they say, no, All Might. But after that, before All for Ones go attacking, All Might, Nagito jumped in front of All Might and said, if you want to hurt him, you have to go right through me first. As All Might seeing in front of him Nagito, as he said, Nagito, what are you doing? Get out of here! As Nagito said, no. As All Might said, you are an idiot! He will gonna kill you! Get out of here! As Nagito said, how can I call myself a hero that want to give everyone hope if I'm not right now seeing you falling into despair and don't do anything? As All Might surprised, as he said, what? As Nagito smiled and said, I want to become a hero to save everyone, to give them hope, to make them feel they are in safe place when they see me, to make them feel that they has been saved. If I'm right now will gonna run away while seeing you in such a despair, doesn't have any hope that left for you, and just go away and run away, how could I even call myself a hero in training? You are the Simple of Peace. You are the one that's protecting us. But when you need protection, who will gonna help you? As All Might surprised by this, as he said, Nagito. As Nagito said, I will gonna help you, even if that means that I will have to die. You are the one that made me who I am today, and I will gonna stay like this, and I will not gonna let you die here. Remember my name. My name is Nagito Komoeda, and I am the ultimate hope of this world. As he's smiling at All for One, All for One said, such a stupid young kid. How do you think you can defeat me? You don't even have a quirk that can even give me any damage. As Nagito said, I don't need a quirk that can shoot laser out of my eyes or throw a strong punches or maybe even control the fire or something like that. I have my luck. As All for One said, do you think that your luck is enough to defeat me? As Nagito said, no, not on its own, but I'm still filled with hope. As everyone watching this, they all screaming. Izuku's watching this, he starts screaming, saying, win this! Defeat him already! I know you can do it! And everyone hearing them, they start shouting with him, said, hope! 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 Come on, Nagito! Defeat him! As after that Nugget said, "Well, are you gonna sit there and start talking, or are you gonna attack?" As All for One said, "Well then, if you want to die so much, then I shall kill you by myself." As All for One going smashing at Nagito with his right arm, Nagito throwing his left arm as they clash together. And this starts, Nagito feeling pain in his arm as he said, "I'm not gonna being defeated that easily," as he's still smiling. And All for One said, "Such a stupid young kid. I will gonna take your quirk after I kill you. So how do you think you will gonna defeat me by your stupid hand, by your stupid arms? Your even stupid gadgets won't gonna, you know, be enough to defeat me." As Nagito said, "Who do you think that I am? I am Nagito Komoeda, and I told you that I will gonna cover your despair with my hope. So, I will not gonna be defeated here." And after that, his left arm started glowing with even brighter and even brighter green color as he said, "Last smash!" As he throwing smash at All for One. All for One start to get overwhelmed as he said, "What? How this possible? How can you how can you fight me that easily?" As Nugget said, "I'm not fighting you alone. I have the whole world behind my back." And after that, Nugget start to overwhelm All for One as he said, "Overflow!" And after that, such a massive green aura engulfed in Nagito hand as Nagito and All for One blew up with a green aura, a big green explosion all around of them. And after that, such a big pile of smoke surrounding the whole arena. And after that, they see on the ground All for One, and above him Nagito standing with his left jacket sleeve being ripped off as he's breathing heavily. And after that, he raising his left hand into the sky and said, "You should not be in fear. I am here." And after that, everyone starts shouting with his name, and All Might coming to him and said, "Nagito, you did it." As Nagito said, "Yeah, I did it." And after that, he fall on the ground, and then all the heroes and everyone were watching this. As after that, Nagito has, wake up in the hospital, and the heroes has been, going all around him, praising him and thanking him for what he did, how he captured the #1 villain. And the world start talking about Nagito Komoeda, not just the best, not just the first, the one that have taken care of the future foundation, and he is the #1, having the #1 company in Japan, but also someone that have the potential to be the next symbol of peace. As when he get out of the hospital, everyone start talking with him about how he's done great and everything. In the school, everyone thanking him for what he did and how he saved All Might himself. Even Izuku hugging him and said, "I'm happy that you are okay." As Nagito said, "Yeah, I was lucky that I survived." And after that, we cut off into a couple of years later, as Nagito waking up on his bed as he said, "Good morning," as he, standing up and wearing his jacket and get, down the stairs, as he see in the, the, what they call it, the kitchen, Momo is cooking, as she said, "Oh, good morning, honey. How was it your last, was the meeting last night?" As he said, "It was good, Momo. Nothing too much." As she said, "Well, if get ready, go wash yourself because the breakfast is ready." As Nagito said, "Oh, all right." And after that, a weird dog jumping at Nagito, throwing him on the ground and start licking his face as he said, "Come on, stop it, this already Hope. Stop it, I know that you like me, but this is too much." And after that, another kid from the, from the side come in and said, "Hey, Dad, where should I put this?" As Nagito looking in front of him, he see looking like this, as he continues saying, "Where should I put this plant? I know that you like it, so I got it for your, birthday." As, you know, Nagito stand up and said, "Thanks, Otaro. This is such a beautiful flowers of yours." As Otaro said, "I'm happy that you like it, but Dad." And after that, Nagito said, "Mom, should I go to the school today?" As, you know, Momo said, "Come on, Otaro, you know that you can't get late on your school. I put your breakfast in your bag, so you don't need to worry." As Otaro said, "Well, okay, I will gonna just leave this by the side." And after that, he put it on the ground and said, "Well, Dad, I'm gonna leave." As Nagito said, "Well, have a good day out there." As Otaro was about to go through the door and to the limousine, but he suddenly slip on and fall on his face. As Nagito said, "Oh, Otaro, are you okay?" As Otaro stand up and said, "Hey, I found my lost coin. What a lucky day. What a luck, don't you think, Dad?" As Nagito smiled and said, "Well, go have a good day in the school." As Otaro said, "Alright, Dad." And after that, he leave. And Momo said, "Well, I'm happy that he having a nice time, huh?" As Nagito said, "Yeah, I'm happy that he's existed." As Momo said, "Oh, come on, you are such a great dad, don't you think?" As Nagito said, "Maybe, but you are such a great wife, Momo." As she said, "Oh, come on, you are now teasing me." As Nagito said, "Well, let's just eat our breakfast. I need to do my patrol on the place." As she said, "Oh, so the Simple of Peace is gonna do his normal patrol around Japan, right?" As Nagito said, "You know that I have to do it." As Momo said, "Well, have a nice day out there." As Nagito, after eating the breakfast, leave the place. And this is gonna leave it off, guys. This is the end of the series. Nagito has become the Simple of Peace, as they call him the ultimate hope of this world. Even if Izuku had the, one for all, he couldn't compare to how Nagito was always acting, how he was always getting in the perfect time, and how he, was always saving people with beautiful smile of his. Izuku is, the number 2 hero, and Baku is the 3rd. But this is gonna leave it off, guys. Izuku's still, a friend with Nagito. Nothing between them changed. The only thing that changed that Nagito, having a son that called Utaro Kumaeda. And, well, this is the end of the series, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me if you like this series as much as I liked making it. Because I normally love, to get out of the box. If you understand what I mean. Well, don't think that will gonna end up right here. I still have lots of ideas, and I will gonna make them in the future. But for now, I don't have anything more to say than Severed was here.